it do, what the business is.
It is another week in L Books.
Now you
Puerto
Spanish
Rican
now?
Slang. Yeah, it's my Puerto Rican slang.
Boy, niggas take one vacation and now all of a sudden they can speak several different languages.
Second time in Puerto Rico, and I'm going back in August. Yes.
All right, man.
Week in El Bukse.
It's your man Animal Brown. Follow me Animal_Brown on Instagram and Twitter.
I am Spike Lou on the same streaming and networks and all of those things in which you're looking for us on. How was your weekend, sir?
Man, it was slow motion. I got on Netflix, watched Russian Doll. Ran through that whole series. It was okay.
Russian Doll.
Yeah, it was all right. It was 8 episodes, 20 minutes, so it was an easy little binge.
What about Gone in Plain Sight or Abducted in Plain Sight? I've seen a lot of people talking about that.
Nah, I ain't on there yet.
You ain't doing that?
Nah, I ain't on there yet. Not at all. Mxtra, what's good with you, sir?
What's going on? It's your boy Mxtra3 on all things social media.
How was H-Town?
Oh, man, H-Town had the 84s poking out.
Did you use the leverage? You use your H-Town leverage?
Hey, heavy in H-Town. Shout out to my boy Locke.
H-Town.
Lou, what you have on deck?
Man, I went, as I said before, over to Puerto Rico. Man, had a nice little chillax time. Got some beach in my life. It's always fantastic.
That's
Man,
true.
I rode the jet skis.
Yep.
Take a little bit more than it looks like on TV to like keep it from under the waves and stuff like that.
You got to get your upper body strength for it.
Yeah,
You got to get in the gym.
I'm sore right now from it. I ain't gonna lie.
You got to get in the gym.
Yeah, but it was fun as hell. You ain't even done the jet skis, have you?
Not yet. I
You
can't
flipping-
wait.
You flipping
You
over
never
out
done a
there.
jet ski?
He flipping
Nah.
over out there.
What?
You flipping over.
See these guns?
Nah, he ain't got nothing to do with that.
Speaking of guns,
You flipping over.
You're going to need to eat spinach.
Right, a little bit more.
let's get to this rap talk, man. You know how we get down. Up and coming Florida artist YNW Melly was charged with double murder. He was picked up. Allegedly, he shot his two friends and killed them late in October of last year. But he told the police that it was actually the result of a drive-by. He is now facing double murder for both of them. Now, here's where things get interesting. One of his hottest records out is called Murder on My Mind, which sounds a lot like he's detailing the actual record itself. Excuse me, the actual incident itself. Is this another example of art imitating life?
Nah, it looked like lazy police work to me. The song was recorded prior to this happening, and it seems as if that they came to a place in the case where they didn't have any leads or they didn't know where to pin it, so they can go back and say, oh, he's a rapper, he's got gold teeth, he just had a song with Kanye West, he's popular, he's famous, we can pin it on him and blame it on his lyrics, as this has happened plenty of times before, and at least get the heat off of them from people saying that they couldn't solve the murder. I truthfully don't believe that he's that dumb to do the murder just like they were saying it, or like he said it in the song, and like I said, he recorded the song a year before this even happened. So I don't think he gonna put it in his head on no Basic Instinct type shit for my old heads out there.
Facts.
Gonna go ahead and put it in the song and then go do it and didn't think that he would get away with it. I don't think he's just smart. I just think the police being lazy.
Nah, you're right. The song is old, late 2017. It has obviously, unless he knows the future as a crystal ball, he wasn't able to rap the shit that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, with the faces that are going to be in that jury and that judge, they don't give a shit about when it came out.
Oh, no. Now, did he do it and will he get convicted for it are two different things.
Okay.
Like that. Now that the material is out there, like the life imitating art and all of these things that are going against him, I don't know if he's going to get off from it, but I truthfully believe it was just lazy police work.
I will say this though, if you listen to the record, it's kind of like when Bobby Shmurda said Mitch caught a body about a week ago, and then they came and picked up Mitch, and it turned out he actually caught a body about a week ago. Yeah. It's similar to that. However,
well,
it's close to that.
They had been investigating them for a while though. Before they even got on with their song, the Shmurda gang, GS9, they were under investigation. Right. So even you saying him getting a body a week ago, that just helps our case. If we flat out saying like, I don't know who did this. Well, did y'all hear this song he did? Well, maybe this song is connection with the murder. Like, come though. Like, no.
But I don't know if they really had evidence of or proof of the actual drive-by though. Right. They said he took him to the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it was another one of the YSN guys.
YNM.
Whatever it
or
is.
YNW.
Yeah, so they got to switch that up.
Another one of them were involved. And he
right.
act like he drove the car. Then they like took him. Like, see, that story don't even make sense.
I mean,
why am I going through all of that?
So you don't get charged with double murder. What are you talking about?
I'm
Yeah, exactly.
saying a year prior, like what? I don't understand his thought process of even killing them. Like they didn't say that there was a dispute. They didn't say anything. They were just making it out like it was a random ass thing that he did because he made the song.
It may be an accident, and we don't know the circumstances.
Killing two people in no accident like that.
Hey, some strong ass, powerful ass bullets. I don't know.
The ricochet?
Yeah, possibly. But my thing is that the tough part is, and I hate this for him because a lot of people are hearing that clip that's going across line with him doing his freestyle of that song. Mm-hmm. But if you listen to the entire project, that song is called Murder on My Mind. The following song is called My Murder on My Mind, and it's from the perspective of the victim. So it's a story. It's a two-part story. But if you just hear the one song, it sounds different. It's like, damn, he just on some, kind of like how Bill O'Reilly tried to have Nas with the Shoot 'Em Up when that was actually a story. Well, he wasn't,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Nas not out here actually doing that. So I think he's going to get a bad rap because of that. But the lyrics and stuff, that doesn't help. Man, the jury don't give a shit about any of that. He's going to be gone to November more than likely.
So do kids start changing their lyrics now? Is this something where...
Of course not.
It's not. It ain't affecting anything? Y'all don't think so?
That's been going on forever.
Yeah, and, people don't pay attention to that shit, bro.
I think it's been going on forever, and I agree that they're not going to change. And I also believe that that's why they feel like that they could pull this conviction, because the shit been going on forever. We can just pin it on this little rap kid.
Possibly.
Who's going to know the difference?
Yeah, we'll see.
I listened to that tape, and it was actually Slick Banging, though. No
Yeah,
bullshit.
A lot of pub
we talked about it earlier.
streams.
That's what I'm saying.
His streams have doubled.
Yeah, fun
ever since
fact,
this
I was
happened.
going to say that his Murder on My Mind is #1 on Apple Music right now.
Of course.
The public is sick. You guys are sick
That's just what
individuals.
happens. If somebody dies, their song is going to go #1. If somebody gets a charge, if they get those impressions, that's basically free marketing.
The guy with the from Dallas, what's his Take K?
Take
K.
K.
Yeah, he the last one that this happened with.
Yeah, when he had the race and all this shit went #1. That's just how it go, man. We infatuated with that type shit.
People love controversy.
But yeah, he can cancel Christmas though.
I ain't saying he did it, but it's definitely over for him.
All right, man. Moving on to Dame Dash, Yo Boy.
Yes, sir.
In a promo clip for his new DDTV network. All right, Dame is sitting in a dimly lit room, surrounded by a couple of random people, and he's apologizing to friends turned foes, Jay-Z, Biggs, and Jim Jones, as well as a couple of other people like Leo Cohen and Steve Stout. My question to you, Lou, was the apology legit, or do you see him working with Jay again ever?
Have y'all seen Jim Jones' Instagram?
No.
I'm 1,000,000% apologizing to him for whatever I did or didn't do.
Why? What you say that?
So he don't beat me up. Jim Jones is like lifting cars on his Instagram first and foremost. So I can see why he apologized to Jim Jones, and I still think Jim Jones want to catch the fade with him. With that being said, I think that Dame Dash is probably at a point in his life where all of the animosity that he used to carry around, whether it was warranted to people or not, that he's learning that he got to let that go. And I don't know if it's from dealing with his wife and just being an older person or just trying to be more peaceful, but I think that he's getting to a place where if I'm going to be this person that I want to be, if I'm going to have all these things going on with my TV network and want to be in this good space, and I ain't even necessarily going to apologize for Jay, I ain't going to apologize for Leo, I'm going to do it for myself to get that off of me. So I ain't got to carry that around. So now when I go do all of these interviews and I'm trying to promote my network, you're not going to ask me about Jay-Z. You're not going to ask me about Leo. You're not going to ask me about Jim Jones because I've apologized for that. At the very least, I think that he gets it off his plate for that reason. I don't think or don't know if it was sincere, if it was authentic or whatever it may be, but I think that it was smart because he gets it off his plate if he's trying to launch other things in the media business. Dame Dash more popular probably now than he's been in a while based off the Nick Cannon stuff,
right?
And then just trying to capitalize off that. So if he can say, hey, you know what, I'm sorry, Jay, I'm sorry, Leo, or you're not a culture vulture, meaning it or not, he get people away from him saying, oh, what do you think about Jay-Z? He ain't got to answer that question no more.
It was smart before another reason. It was smart, so now he's got attention to this network that he got pushing that I didn't know existed before this video came out. That's the smart play. I don't believe it for a second, but I give Dame Dash credit. He knows how to keep himself just treading ever so lightly above water without drowning and disappearing completely. He's on, I think his son is on Growing Up Hip Hop, so he makes regular cameos on that. And, you know, whether it's the failed kid shoe shit or maybe he was in the news for selling his Air Force Ones, like he always, good or bad, he keeps his name just hot enough to maybe one day Jay will give him a call and be like, let's work together.
Dame ain't waiting on no Jay-Z call, though.
I hope he's not.
We're all waiting on the Jay-Z call. Let's keep it 1,000,000.
That's a fact.
But I don't think that I don't think that it influences any of his decisions moving forward. I think that maybe 10 years ago, you may have that chance as maybe a candlelight in the sun where you thinking that maybe me and Jay can reconvene and I can hop on this tidal wave that him and B got going on just based off our history. But now in 2019, I don't see that. I see like the network and whatever else he's trying to do in that lane, but he no help is going to come from the outside. I think that he was waiting for that help 10 years ago and it never came. He survived this long, so now he like, you know what? I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of being a part of it. I don't want any of the smoke with any of y'all no more. Let me focus on Dame.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the apology?
Yes, I did.
It was very
backhanded apology. I mean, if anybody can give an apology,
you gotta apologize to Jim Jones at least, though. Nigga on his Instagram,
he don't want this
cars,
Jim Jones.
man. Jim Jones will beat Dame Dash through the floor right now. And I ain't disrespecting. I know Dame can box and everything. No, I'm saying he can box though. You know he take boxing.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, he gonna take that L against Jim Jones.
Jim Jones, man. Like, go peep his IG, man. Like,
He told these people
he got some of that same
just
Sosa.
because you don't have the same morals as me,
Yeah, that
it's okay.
it was
But
empty.
see, he talking to Leo and Steve Stout, right?
He said
there.
Jay-Z
Like,
in the whole sentence.
Yeah, that was empty. The apology
I'm
was
trying to
empty.
shoot him some bail.
No,
really.
it was
I
empty
just-
apology.
It was empty as hell. Do you think deep
Damn.
down that Jay-Z real low key wish he could just pick up the phone and shoot the shit with Dame?
Yes. Yeah,
You think so?
I do.
I think it's bound to happen. I don't know if he.
I don't think it's bound to happen.
I think they're gonna do it eventually.
Let me tell you why. I think that he wishes that because there are very few people that probably can relate to Jay. Like there's very few people that you can have a real conversation with. You see him and Puff candidly kicking it sometimes. I'm trying to think of somebody else.
I mean,
Dame
circle.
at least know who.
His inner circle.
Oh yeah, like Tata, those
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
But I think Dame at least knows Jay prior to the whole wave with the Mr. Carter, the Beyonce stuff. And you can kick the shit, have fun, laugh like you used to do back in the day. I think he may be missing that and probably would want to call Dame for that reason.
Yeah, the only reason I say no is because he might be a little too far removed from that. He got kids. His life is completely different now. He got kids now. He's sitting on $1 billion, probably.
True.
He'd rather go have fun and go play with Sir and Remy than
I can't argue
call
that,
Dame
no.
and hear Dame complain about how shit not going right for him.
That's true.
That's my only thing with that.
I think a part of Jay-Z still is probably disappointed in Dame though.
That's
yeah.
a fact.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that. And,
I think-
and maybe one day he will give him a call, but it may be 10 years from
I
now.
think a part of Dame is disappointed in himself. Like
He'll
I
never
would-
say it, though.
He'll
Like
never
disappointed in
say
Jay.
it, but I think this apology is part of the disappointment in himself. Not even with probably his actions, but just knowing that he could have handled it in a way where everything didn't blow up. Like it didn't have to be handled in a way where me and Jay don't ever talk.
Yeah.
It could have been handled in a way where everybody was satisfied and happy with what they need.
And if he would have sat in that dimly lit room and said that, it'd been a lot more believable, and Jay
That is
probably
true.
would have hit his line.
It was
That is
so
true.
weird.
That shit look awkward as fuck. I don't understand it. Like it looked whack.
That is a fact.
I hope that's not what we get with the DDTV.
The DDTV can't be that. That ain't the DDTV.
Shit.
It can't be.
All right, man. Let's take it to Charlotte, man. Hip hop at the All-Star game. NBA All-Star weekend went down. Hip hop was deep. Quavo played in the celebrity game. J. Cole performed. Meek Mill performed. 2 Chainz was heavily involved throughout.
Yes.
Is the hip hop and NBA a match made in heaven?
Yeah, I'm here for it. I like it. It seems authentic when the NBA does it, unlike the NFL. They don't have to go reach for people to perform at the at the Super Bowl and then people not come through. I think every year the NBA increases their outreach to the hip-hop generation. The hip-hop generation is number 1 in music, streaming genre. NBA is number 1 of all the sports in online presence as far as Twitter followers, as far as Instagram followers. The NBA has the most of that, so they have to stay tapped into what moves the needle there. I think the NFL focuses more on traditional media, TV, cable, things of that nature. NBA really doesn't have that problem because they have such a mass following. You can put a dunk clip in a 15-second thing. True. That correlates with me for hip-hop because everybody online is looking at that. Like the fact that J. Cole came out there, tried his dunk. I like the fact that 2 Chainz and what he did and tying it towards the rapper go to the league that's coming soon. One thing that I don't like, though, is that it opens hip-hop up for criticism for people who shouldn't be criticizing, a la Michael Rappaport. For Michael Rappaport to come out and say, well, Meek Mill can put me to sleep with his performance at the All-Star game, like, bro, and he can't even battle rap, like, bro, relax. Like, first of all,
That's
Michael
one man opinion, though.
True, but why is Michael Rappaport shouldn't feel comfortable enough? Like, he can act like he follows rap, but Michael Rappaport can't tell me that somebody can't rap. I'm sorry, Michael Rappaport, you just
rap.
can't do that. Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, he just get off my lawn when it come to that. But I think it is a match made in heaven. I think balling, rapping, they go kind of one and the same. It's the same demographic for the most part. Not even just in terms of customer base, but people who participate. Everybody that hoops wants to rap. Everybody that rap wants to hoop. All of that is dope. And I also think a lot of the players are minority players, and so it resonates with a lot of minority fans that would mostly was rap is made out of. And I think they have a minority owner, too. I think that play a little bit of a part. Like, having Jordan own a team.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the commissioner, Silva.
Oh, yeah, no. He ain't got no swag.
No
but I think having a minority owner in terms of one of the teams, I think that's a big look, though, especially for this one to be in Charlotte, too. I think that play a little bit of a role because even though it's just one, it's
NFL
more than none.
One, though. NFL got one minority.
Who? I mean black, man. We ain't counting other shit. I'm saying they got one black owner in the NBA.
Con the NFL.
The Eagles?
Nah, the Jaguars.
Yeah, I don't. Come on, man. It's the Jaguars, bro.
He's a minority, though.
I was just wanting to point that out.
I understand, but
I see what you're saying, but if we're gonna do Con like that, he probably more hip than Jordan. Let's be real.
Jordan ain't fucking with rap.
Jordan was probably mad that all those rappers were performing, to be honest. He wanted like some cool like Bon Jovi and can we get some Neil Diamond out here? Like y'all know Jordan swag, man.
That's true.
Y'all know Jordan don't like rap, man. So he probably out of the 32 owners, he probably was one of the ones like, are y'all sure about this?
Well, then we're just using it for symbolic purposes.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
It look cool that Mike owns a squad. Versus nobody in the NFL.
True. Right? That's true.
But I thought it was cool, though. I'd like to see more of it. I thought the performance looked dope. Like, J. Cole's performance was actually dope, and it made that song sound better, too, though.
Yeah. It did. It 100% did.
He had a dope performance for sure.
Cole killed it.
Kenny Smith said he's never seen people so involved in a performance at halftime like that.
Stop, they would pay. They got that for free, but so they could sit there in the pit. Stop,
Kenny Smith don't have to lie. What they got to lie for?
Stop, Kenny. Those are extras, Kenny Smith.
Oh, man.
All right, let's take it back down south to the A. 21 Savage. Your mans.
Yep.
That's Twin Man right there.
21.
In his first interview since being released from jail over the visa situation, he was on Good Morning America. He explained everything from his vantage point. He also spoke with the New York Times in regards to the whole immigration issue that's going on wherever in the country or whatnot.
Wherever in the country?
Yeah, wherever. The border, here, whatever. Look, if you were managing Mr. Savage, would you advise him to make that push to be the face of immigration reform, or would you tell him just to lay low?
That's a difficult question for a manager, because as a manager, you want as much exposure for your artists and as many opportunities. And if he starts to speak towards immigration reform and throwing himself in the midst of this, it will be similar to Meek Mill's prison reform and similar to putting him in that different lane. And that's a good look, but I don't know if 21 Savage is the person like to be speaking towards immigration reform.
You said that about Meek though. He's doing a fine job. So far.
Meek been to jail. Like he could relate to that because of the judge, and he's been through the system.
21 been an immigrant.
How many immigrants look like him though?
What?
How many immigrants look like 21 Savage? Like, I'm being.
Are you talking about face tats and
like how many?
You'd be surprised.
I'm just saying, how many people could he speak to and they relate to him? Or
I don't even know if it's necessarily about that, though. I think this is more to keep as many eyes on it as possible, like you said, but for a different reason, so that you don't just get swept under the rug and you another number and they're like, oh, okay, we're just going to deport your ass. Like, that's what got Meek out, all the attention. You got Jay-Z with the attention, Beyonce with the free Meek. All of that garners attention. So all these tens of thousands of signatures on petitions and all that, people marching or whatnot, you need all of that so that way you don't get deported. I think that's why I would advise him of it. I'm not saying I think he would be the best representative. I'm not saying that, because 21 going to be on Ellen. He going to have to make that whole little media run.
I don't think he's in danger of being deported, though.
Oh, he is.
I don't know, though.
I just don't. I don't see where they would ship him out of this country, especially now at this point, since it's gotten so much attention. Where, like, if it had something to do with my business career and me talking to this help my business career, then I would do it. But if I'm gonna just do it to be the face of it, to be a speaking point for it, to help maybe a politician in 2020 like a Kamala Harris, and I'm just throwing a name out there, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all, because as 21 Savage, that doesn't help me. I already got the help that I needed from the people in my community as far as hip hop. Now, I'm not saying that he can't be the one that does it. I just don't see the benefit of it. Like I don't want my face on Fox News every other night as the person who's speaking against immigration reform if I'm 21 Savage, if it ain't got nothing to do with my business.
I mean, but just having your name out there gets you those impressions, though. Just in some way, shape, or form, it's going to trickle down to maybe that's more fans, maybe that's more streams on the business end. But then on the other end, that's also opens the lanes up for another transition. Like Meek Mill has transitioned well. Now he's in the press box with owners of NFL. Like it just gets you in different circles.
I seen Robert Kraft with a championship
that's
chain
hard,
on this weekend. It was amazing.
You got to if you just win that ball, though. You got to rock that around your neck. Represent dream
That was
choices.
slightly off subject, but Jesus. What were you about to say?
Yeah, I mean, I think 21 is in the fight for himself. I don't think he's looking to be the face of anything because this is a serious fight he has ahead of him. And I think he's going to take every advantage of a 2020 interview or in any kind of interview. He's going to take advantage. And as a manager, I would encourage him to. But as far as the face itself, I just think he's just trying to save himself. He has 3 kids.
And he should, though. Like, I 1,000,000% for him to keep himself out of jail and out of the light of deportation, but I don't want to see him manipulated by some politician for this whole presidential run. Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Oh, that's understandable.
Because I just hope that don't happen.
Yeah,
I think he needs to take a page out of Meek Mill book right now, how he doing it. I think he's doing it right so far.
Right.
Now, we saw what happened, C Murder reached out. You're going to get those requests and you're going to be like, I don't know if I can do that. But and that's going to happen. But I think as long as he take a page and follow that blueprint, what Meek got going on, he might be, he going be doing the All-Star game next year. I mean, you just never know. We're talking mixtape reissued. Now, of course, So Far Gone. It was 10 years ago last week. Took over the internet. He finally released it Friday.
Over the internet.
Yeah, you damn right. The Sixth God took over the internet.
Finally released it.
As he always does. It was released across streaming platforms. Now, my question is, now, of course, it came out 10 years ago, and we'll get to some of the projects that we think could be reissued and all that good shit.
Years.
But So Far Gone, hearing it again, from what you recall, is it overrated, underrated, or properly rated?
I would go with the latter, properly rated. I think that it stands the test of time, which most pieces of work from that time period do not. And I think that it kind of set a tidal wave for what we hear now from the people that are the most successful rappers. Black, Lil Baby, Gunna, like people that are at the top of the game right now have taken what Drake was doing and So Far Gone and kind of multiplied their times 10. With the auto-tune and the melodic and not even being able to really sing but still singing. Like they're just taking it to a whole nother level now. And I think it started, people were more comfortable with it after listening to this album. I remember the first time that I heard Successful. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, is that him singing? Like,
right.
just mixing it up like that. And then it was another song on there. I think it was November 18th. The slow down Houston.
Yeah,
when I heard that at the end with him saying, it's like, oh yeah, this dude gonna be a problem,
right?
And it was automatic from then. So I think that it does hold up and it's sustainable and it's very properly rated as a classic mixtape.
I agree. It's properly rated. I think it needs to get. The only problem is when people like to bring up, man, what's Drake's classic album? They like to act like he doesn't have a classic body of work that changed rap ever since it came out. Like people like to ignore that and just go, but where's his classic album? So for that reason, I'm going to say it's underrated.
So do you think that's why
that shit banging, bro?
Do you think that's why he re-released it?
Huh?
Do you think that that's the reason that Drake re-released it, to get that classic that people said he didn't have?
No, not necessarily. Just taking advantage of what we can do with hip hop now in terms of anniversaries. Like we're in a day and age where you can do 10-year, 15-year, 20-year anniversary of classic records. You couldn't do that in '95.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So just taking advantage of that. He, like I said before on the show 100 times, he needs to do a show with it. But we're only getting, it looks like we're only getting the, available on streaming. That's fine. I'll take that. Yeah. But it's a classic tape, though. And listen to it again. I fuck with it just with the different genres on there.
Underrated. You're sick.
Yeah, it's underrated.
That's ridiculous.
It's underrated as hell, man. Y'all need to wake up and listen to that shit every day.
Every day?
A classic mixtape. Like, what other rating could it have?
No, I'm saying, but people like to act like it doesn't exist when they talk his bodies of work.
Well, because it was a mixtape.
So?
Like, it's a mixtape.
Sell like an album.
People don't say... people don't say that
Grammy nominated
like
mixtape.
Wayne don't get credit for a classic album, right? Wayne don't got a classic
Yeah, he
album.
do Carter 1 or 2. Just take
What?
your pick. Yeah, he
No,
do.
he doesn't.
No, people say Carter 1 or 2 is
Alright.
a classic, generally speaking.
Yeah, Carter 2 for sure.
He's more associated with classic mixtapes, I would say. Yes.
He's
no?
more associated with being the best rapper at going at
Had
one
a
point.
hell of
He's
a run.
associated with having classic mixtapes, in my opinion.
That's debatable, though.
Okay, but the reason that Wayne, I think, was on the other side of the hump for a long time is not being as a complete MC because he never had a complete body of work that was an album. And I think that Drake was trying to kind of manipulate that by re-releasing this, remastering and pushing it together where it sounds more fluent, and this kind of gives him a classic album.
It wasn't remastered though.
It should have been.
No, definitely.
Yeah, they
wasn't.
claimed
It wasn't. I
was.
thought they said it was remastered.
They claimed it.
Oh, sound the same.
Sounds
So,
like
yeah, that was a nice try by them. Yeah, that was horse shit.
Yeah.
What's your favorite tracks off of?
Oh man.
Shit, 1 through, what's the last song? What's the last number?
Animal Aubrey Brown.
There it is.
1 through 21.
AAB. Oh, you AAB.
That shit's superb.
Yeah.
That shit is okay. You make me like it even less. Every time you say something about it, I like it less. What you have? What's your?
Man, it's a classic mixtape. When I categorize classics, it makes me think about the time and place when I first heard
That's what's
going
nostalgia
on.
is.
And I never forget, I heard Say What's Real on that Kanye beat. I said, yo, I called like 10 people. I was like, yo, this nigga is killing it.
I think everybody remembers those conversations when they heard this album.
Oh
I remember
my
we
God.
had it.
Yep, for
we had
sure.
the conversation. I was like, this nigga right here.
Yeah, that best I ever had.
You really
let
didn't
me
even know how to describe it. You like,
That's
I don't
what
know
I'm
what this
saying.
nigga gonna be, but he gonna be something.
No, because shout out to my guy K Quinn. He sent it to me. He was like, "Hey, this just Wayne new artist. He tough." I'm like, okay, but the first song is Houston and Vegas. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know when
you think a
somebody
nigga
give
that sent you some R&B.
Yeah, I was like, why did you tell me this nigga
hold
was
on, bro.
nice?
What you sending me R&B for?
I was like, that's weird. Like, but it was too soon. It was ahead of its time in terms of that style. So yeah, that shit was dope though. I like it though. Real talk.
I think
Yeah,
everybody
man.
can remember that conversation.
Oh yeah,
was
man.
had.
Great time for him.
I'm gonna go with November 18th. I think that was my favorite track on
I love
there.
that song.
Uptown was filthy and successful. Like I remember listening to Successful on repeat. Like, yeah, dude got it.
Yeah, the best I ever had. Let me know when he bodied the verse, harmonized the hook, and then sung the bridge. I said, all right, this dude, like, dude, a
The
problem.
only fumble was letting Kanye
Do the video.
He fumbled.
That's what video was
trash.
dope.
The video was
What?
trash.
Some slaw.
The basketball, we had the team of gals. That was his team, and he was coaching his gals.
You don't remember that debacle?
What?
It was trash. They were
The whole video trash. It was trash.
It went over
The
y'all
whole-
head, and that's okay. That's okay. It happens.
Spoken like a Kanye.
The whole industry trashed that video.
Everybody trashed
That's 'cause
it
they
but
didn't
him.
get it.
Him and Kanye.
That's 'cause-
You
listen.
always say that about Kanye West. Y'all don't get it.
Y'all
Y'all
don't get
just
it.
don't get it.
So
like
tell us about
how?
it.
The video,
Houseway.
you know how dudes be like, I got a team of gals. So and the song is about him saying the same thing to each one of his gals to keep them motivated and to keep them staying there. So he had a basketball team of gals that he was coaching and telling them the same shit. But in the game, they were actually losing in the game of life because of how he was running game on them. That video was hard, bro.
yeah.
Y'all serious?
For
Well, you
those
give
listening, when he says gals, that means women or girls. That's Nashville slang.
That shit was dope.
Man,
That video is
but
basura.
you're the biggest Kanye apologist on earth.
I
Like
could do
bigger
a whole
than Kim
I could do a whole episode on that.
on apologizing for Kanye.
No,
Yeah, you
on that
could.
video.
Oh my God, what would it be? 3 minutes?
No.
It would be not good. That's what
I
it
do a
would be.
dissertation. All right, man. Let's get to these two. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna pick two mixtapes. Well, I got two mixtapes. You got two mixtapes that you feel could be brought back out today across all streaming services, and it would cause
A resurgence.
a little bit of a wave. Not as big as this so far going, obviously, because that's just hard to top. But you've got two mixtapes that you could bring out that you think would work for today, and then you've also got a couple of touch-ups that we may make to a couple features we may add or something of that nature. Did you want to go first with one or both of your mixtapes?
No, you can go first.
All right. We're going to keep it Young Money. Lil Wayne, 2006. This is Easy. Dedication 2. Now, look, we've talked about this mixtape before. We did a mixtape Mount Rushmore, I think. We did a mixtape Hall of Fame. We did an actual mixtape Wheezy episode. So people that have listened to us know that we fuck with Wayne on the tape level. But I'm going to mention this one because this kicked off his run. that what you said he's known for having classic mixtape. He's known for this run that happened after this album came out, which is a mixture of mixtapes and albums. This shit holds up today. Still, I double back again today. Let me make sure about this dedication too. Because we may be gassing it. You never know. The nostalgia. No, that shit is hard today. It's
Fire.
a mix of original beats, original songs, Jack songs, all the right Jack beats. Wayne was in his bag right on this tape. Like, Dedication 2 is a classic. But I think if you brought it back today on all streaming sites, because I think it's only on Spotify. I believe it's only on Spotify.
Yeah, it's on Spotify. It's tough.
But if that came out today on Apple Music and Tidal and he announced that it was dropping, that would be a holiday. You ain't got to worry about going to work. You ain't got to worry about going to school. You ain't got to worry about mail coming. The day that Dedication 2 hits all streaming sites, it's a holiday. That shit is fantastic to this day.
That's a good one. Would you add any features, anything to it? Or you just
I
leave
would.
it as is?
No, I would. I'd keep it Young Money on Where the Cash At with Currency and Remy Ma. Instead of Remy Ma, go ahead and throw Nicki on that. She body that shit. And then on Loving It, which was the Ninth Wonder beat for Little Brother, put Drake on that. I think he'd body that shit.
That's nice.
That shit fire.
I ain't mad at that.
Y'all double back on that Dedication 2. It's amazing still.
Man, so nostalgic.
Give me one of yours.
Mine, Lil Boosie.
Oh my God, never
Let's
mind.
go.
Never mind.
The streets is mine.
Fuck.
His first DJ Drama Gangsta Grills, top 5 Gangsta Grills album.
That's rough.
Let's get it out here. Easy.
We might have to do an episode on that one day.
Yeah, we can rank the Gangsta Grills, but Boosie's up there. And the reason I say it, Lil Boosie was like, he's on the Mount Rushmore of ratchet rappers. Like, he got ratchet cool and popular. Most of the ratchet people that you see in the limelight today got off Lil Boosie, Wipe Me Down, and songs of that nature. He made it cool to be himself. And I think that re-releasing that now, because when he drops music now, he just sounds like kind of like the old rapper that used to be cool.
Yeah.
And I'll admit that as a Boosie fan.
Yeah.
But if you can go back to when he was cool and when it was actually
In his
popping,
prime.
yeah, in his prime, to the stuff he was talking about, and kind of update that, I think that it would catch on. He would get a cooler crowd of the younger kids that really missed his prime.
Right.
And this album, I feel like, was his prime 100%.
I've never heard this mixtape before.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie. I've listened to a lot of shit. Because I try to listen to everything, at least so I can form an objective opinion about it. But I think I missed this tape right here.
If you,
Thankfully.
I think that this one may be palatable for you.
Easy for you to say.
Because his drama, DJ Drama, is Gangsta Grill's quality. So, he cutting up. You don't like his voice. So
Are they
he cutting
Jack beats
up
on
in
there?
It is a couple, but not Jack beats that you would like. No, it's definitely not Jack. Like, one of the Jack beats is like they dyking. And it's
What?
Yeah.
A lot of disclaimers.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of the song, but anyway. If I was gonna remake anything off there though, he has a song called "What About Me," and he's talking about how he is not giving his just due amongst the other rappers in the game at that time, T.I., Jeezy, other rappers. So I feel like if he was to remake that, put somebody like Kodak on there, and they give their opinion of how he did influence them since that came out, dope song in my opinion. Also has another song called "Sexy Ladies." He could put City Girls on there, and that'll be a hit. It doesn't even matter what they say. Just put City Girls, get a lot of girls in the video, twerk, and there you
It'll
go.
go.
You got another little streaming single, and it kind of fit their little style too. And I feel like groups like that were birthed from a Bootsy, Webby type. We're ourselves in our music. We having fun. We doing it this type of way.
That's a good point.
To stuff. So
The Ratchet.
Yeah, free JT.
ratchet. Yeah. Free JT all day.
I'll think about listening to that tape one of these days.
You'll love it.
I think Boosie just had like such a cult following.
Facts.
That's true. That is 100%
Even in the
true.
South, because I mean he was predominantly on a chilling circuit in the South. A lot of small towns.
I would never try to paint him to be a bigger artist than what he was. I just appreciate his music a lot
Oh, yeah,
more.
for sure.
And it goes to that nostalgia factor with Drake and the things y'all talk about, what you were doing during that time period. So I get why people don't. Like, I totally can understand it, but at the same time, like, I'd seen him in the club with like 4,000-5,000 people and people going absolutely crazy.
They love him.
Because he in there. So
I believe it. My next up tape, man, I'm going to go back to 2011. I'm going to take it to Future.
Oh,
All right.
surprise pick.
True Story is the name of the tape. Now, this needs to be available everywhere for a couple of reasons. Number one, I need all of the newer Future Hive members. That's everybody 5 years and under. The newer Future Hive members need to listen to this project. They need to know what progression look like. Like, not a lot of artists have been lucky enough to win, reinvent themselves, and then win again. That's really hard to do.
that's a fact.
In hip hop, there's maybe 5 maybe that have done it, and I can't even think of them off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's true.
So they need to hear this, and this had Ain't No Way Around It. This had Magic. This had Tony Montana. This introduced everybody to Young Scooter. He wasn't even Young Scooter then. He was free band Scooter. Like this, all of that. He did that through a couple of them tapes.
Yep.
This tape, if you're an up and coming artist, you need to look at this and hear this and see how he was able to come out one way, reinvent himself, do it all over again. Because normally when you listen to somebody's earlier work after they've gotten on, it's trash. Like, you can listen to early work and you be like, oh, okay, I see why that shit really didn't connect like that. Yeah. Not this though. You listen to this, even though it's different from when he started doing like Monster and 56 Nights, and when he went into that just beast mode. It's different from that. You could actually say he's saying a little bit more on this tape right here, because Ain't No Way Around It. He's slick really spitting on there. Real low key. But like I just think that it's a fire mixtape. It doesn't get a lot of credit, and that also needs to be on streaming sites because it's not on any right now. I think that'll be a good look and just a good listen for maybe the casual Future fan that may have just got on after he collabed with Drake. You know what I'm saying? They may have missed this wave of Future that was on fire in Atlanta when it came out.
I just said Tony Montana too on there.
And that's what I would change though, because they put Drake on there, and that was a strict like pub grab.
Just because it was Drake.
Just because it was Drake, he made no sense whatsoever on that record.
He ripped it though.
No, he didn't.
You ain't like that Drake verse?
Nah, that was a basic Drake verse right there. He didn't make sense. Why would you have him on Tony Montana?
I don't like Trap Drake at all.
You don't like y'all?
Well, I wouldn't say that though.
But
what's another example of Trap?
Like Versace?
The whole album, the whole
What a Time?
What a Time to Be Alive.
Okay,
that shit was fire.
I don't like Trap Drake either.
Oh my god,
the album wasn't bad, but I don't prefer. Let me say that I don't prefer Trap Drake.
That's fair. I would take him off and put him on Ain't No Way Around It. I think he would have a different spin on that record. He would kill it.
Do you remember that remix? Do y'all remember how big that remix was? And the video?
I remember the remix with T.I. for Magic.
Yeah,
I remember that.
It was Magic.
Oh, it was the Magic
T.I.
video.
killed it.
Well, wasn't they at Magic?
On top of the roof.
Yeah.
T.I. murdered that remix.
Yeah, no, he killed that.
They was going in for Future right about there.
Man, please do your history lesson and listen to that true story.
Yes, must listen.
Meathead.
That is a must listen.
Meathead.
East Atlanta.
One thing that you can tell about Future is like his standing in as far as in the music game, the Dungeon Family, and then just graduating to being around with Rocco,
right,
and just growing into what we see now with Future. Like his influence in
his
those
pedigree
groups
is there.
And his pedigree, all of it is there. So shout out to Future.
Absolutely.
I give him a hard time sometimes, but I like Future though.
What's your second mixtape?
The classic.
Oh shit, I already know what this is.
You already know.
Fuck.
The mixtape of probably all mixtapes. Trap or Die.
Oh yeah.
Gangsta Grills, Young G's. It came out in 2005.
Got to.
You picked two cheat codes on the low. Well, no, you
don't know nothing
about
about that boosting.
Yeah, that's true. It's law.
I'm gonna tell you what I would do with this, and the reason why I would re-release this. Jeezy, hit me up if you need this marketing plan. It's me.
Okay.
I seen a 104 truck.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God, I did.
Oh, he's not gonna do it.
I seen a 104 truck on 285
He's
2
not
weeks
gonna do
ago,
this, is he?
and it stick to your process.
Oh.
So, yeah, I said the same thing,
Stick
guys.
to your. Are you sure?
Know your process or something like that.
That's even worse.
I'm
though.
telling you,
That's
something
even
like
worse.
that. So, what I would do if I had that, I ain't riding around with 104.
I think it's
trucks.
trust your process.
Trust your process. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So you need to take everybody back and make people remember where the trap rap started, where it came from, and where it originated.
Well, with T.I. Yeah.
No, with him. With Trap or Die, with Jeezy, 280,000 mixtapes later. Like Drama said. You need to go back to that. And just kind of just reintroduce himself as like Mr. Trap or Die. If I'm going to put out a TM 104, which I highly recommend that he doesn't, but if he going to do it, he could focus it around having a pre-release mixtape of Trap or Die, coming back out, just repackaging that whole album, maybe drop off the Jack beats, even though he ripped that on them.
Right.
Just taking it back to original Day One Easy, kind of having himself talking on the interludes, talking about like how he was during his time period. Because I mean, the statute of limitations over now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the QC throwing $250,000 in the club and all of these things that you see that are forms of balling now originated with BMF and Jeezy. He
That's
can
fair.
go back and talk to that
Facts.
and kind of make that his rollout for a new album and kind of put a bow on everything with the 104, wrap it up and make that the last thing and kind of tie both of these in together.
Right.
I would do that, drop the mixtape maybe 2-3 weeks, get people to talk about Jeezy again, get them to remember, get that nostalgic feeling. Because that's what Jeezy was. Jeezy was a feeling more than anything. Nobody ever said he had the best bars or best beats, anything like that, but it was a feeling. You had never seen anything like that in hip-hop before.
And I think I think that's available on one of the sites. I think that's on Spotify.
I think it may be on Apple Music if you
Nah,
search DJ
nah.
Drama. It's not.
I don't think so. It's either Spotify or Tidal. It's only on one.
With that, he need to put it on all of them. Re-release it, like I said, and just package
Remaster it?
Remaster, re-release all of it. Just package it as the prelude to 104 or something of that nature. And if I'm gonna do another song, I'm gonna update the song, and I'm gonna do.
Get them, G's. I got them.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get your mind right. When Jeezy, when Kendrick was doing the interlude on his shit on the Good Kid, Mad City,
right.
and I'm having Kendrick come in on that song, You're killing it.
Have Kendrick and Jeezy worked together?
I don't think so.
I know
Yes.
Jeezy.
Oh yeah, they did that last album with Cole.
Yeah, Cole.
Oh yeah. That
Kendrick
don't
cheated
count.
on that.
Yeah, that don't
didn't
count.
But that would be my remake of the song, the one that Kendrick was doing on that Good Kid, Mad City. Word around time, the man in these streets, carbon residue, I leave blowing these beats. I had Kendrick like come in at the end or something like that,
That'll be
and they worked
hard.
together on that Holy Ghost remix.
Oh yeah, and plus he had they were listening to Jeezy on that on the skits on Good Kid.
Yeah,
Man
that's
City.
where I got it from. Where he would even just come be on that song. He was
That's a good
hard.
idea.
So,
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah,
Jeezy's not gonna do that, but that'll
that'll
be
my
dope.
check, Jeezy.
Call Spike Lee for that marketing.
Yeah, I
plan.
need that check. Need that.
And Mxtra, what you got? 2 tapes for us? You got some?
Man, I do, man. You know, it wouldn't be right if I didn't have Friday Night Lights on.
That Dreamville check,
I can
nice
respect that.
boy.
That's a banging tape though.
Friday Night Lights was a classic.
Yeah, that's fire.
I mean, and so many people thought that, they wished, because his album got pushed back.
Right.
And that was really supposed to be his album. Friday Night Lights was supposed to be his album.
It was.
And they pushed it back.
Is that the one where he rapped on Dead Presidents, or was it the warm up? That was a warm up.
That was the warm up. Yeah, that was the warm up. So Friday Night Lights, I love that. It's one of my favorite. And another one I would choose is Cushion OJ by Wiz Khalifa.
That's out too. That's on Believe It or Not. That's on Apple Music.
Yeah, that's out.
That shit's super tough.
Because I didn't think I wasn't a fan of Black and Yellow at all. None of that. But
wasn't for us.
Cushion OJ,
That's
man, I used to have that junk on repeat.
That's a hell of a mixtape.
Man, that was a
Cushion
great mixtape.
OJ. It is. I
ain't
think that was a
mad at
good time in everybody's life.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody, when they bring up Cushion OJ, they always, man.
Like a good time.
Everybody always do that. Damn, boy.
Just hit that play, man.
Yeah, just be like,
Let that ride.
man, Wiz did one with that.
All right, man. Before we get out of here, T.I. Now, we had the Gucci conversation last week about T.I. leading the charge of the Gucci boycott for 90 days. But he backed that up with a new song after Floyd had put out a video of him balling out of control in the Gucci store, despite the
Clown.
the ban going on right now. He didn't give a shit.
Clown.
He made sure to drop extra bags in there. And T.I. took straight to the studio, recorded a song called Fuck Nigga, which we've all heard by now.
Song banging.
The song is banging. I was just about to say, what did you think about the song, and B, about the message in regards to it being aimed at Floyd?
Song is banging, but I do not change my stance from last week. T.I. do not have time to be going back and forth with fucking Floyd, this buffoon, about him shopping at Gucci. T.I. could waste his time doing a lot better things. I don't need another song from T.I. about this Gucci protest. I don't need another statement. I don't need him addressing Floyd because he felt like Floyd got out of line. I don't need T.I. to do it. Like his voice is a lot more prominent than like indulging in this bullshit. And now people just gonna say, "Oh, you only did this because Tiny and he was messing with Tiny." Like people gonna tie all of this bullshit into it, and then whatever it was about get lost.
That's true.
So
I will say this though: if this is the music that we're gonna get out of T.I., if people going to shop in Gucci, then everybody in this room need to hit the, we need Linux
let's
right
go.
now.
Let's go. I need
that
a whole,
shit is fire.
I need a whole Mad T.I. Gucci album.
Listen,
to be honest.
Listen, Mad Upset T.I.
Love it.
That shit. First of all, Big
for the
Crit on the
song.
beat.
I was.
Fire.
A big crit on the beat.
Tough.
I need that.
Fire. He probably had that in the stash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From they
That's
got
hard.
hella sessions.
Man, he had that in the stash from when he was fucking with Floyd the first time. That's when he had
Probably.
that in the stash. He just added a verse at the beginning.
Nah, man.
I'm
Come
telling
on.
you,
Don't
man.
do shit like that.
And even if that's not true,
I don't think
it's easy to say. And T.I.'s a lot smarter than that. T.I. has carried himself throughout his career. And that's all I was saying last week. I get the protest stuff, like totally 100% understood. I just don't feel like that T.I. is the person to put himself on the front line for this.
But to be honest, though, he's been consistent putting himself on the front line for sure.
Yeah, but you gotta gradually move up, like you did the Houston shit and all this.
You don't want to hear the David Banner song about.
I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to hear
But look though, David Banner got better shit to do, just like T.I. do. Like I'm not, man. Listen, I'm not even T.I. and I'm not wasting 20 minutes of my day to put a song out about Floyd. Like I know T.I. got better stuff to do, dude. Like everybody know that Floyd is a coon. I'll go ahead and say it. Like everybody know that. Yeah. We knew that beforehand.
Yeah, he loved to shuck and jive.
Yeah, like come on, we knew this.
The song was spectacular.
The song was banging, man. Tip is in the bag. I mean, to address it, I mean, of course people are gonna say that, but T.I.'s at the point where he doesn't give a fuck. And just like he said on his IG live, he said it was nothing to do about her. I mean, apparently whatever y'all had going on, it didn't work. And he said we had a situation about something else. I pulled up,
right?
And if you want me to pull up, I'll pull up again. Nigga, the fuck you mean?
He just don't like Floyd.
I need this comedy though. I need this comedy though.
Yeah, that's good.
That's cool.
I needed that.
That's good for the game.
Like it's cool. Like you don't like Floyd, it's cool, but don't bring Gucci into this.
IG been quiet since Tekashi been locked up.
Yeah,
we need shit like this.
Give us an update. Didn't you said Gucci? What they do? They hired.
Yes, Gucci sat down with some creatives, some higher ups, including Dapper Dan, and they came out with a full-fledged system on diversity and everything.
And they're going to implement a brand new position that covers diversity at Gucci.
Yeah,
That's
so
about as much as you can hope for.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised by the response, and it's a lot more than other companies have done in the past when they made the same mistake.
That's a quick Starbucks-like response.
Yeah, they was on it.
Starbucks was on it.
Yeah. So I commend Gucci for that because they're not even an American-based company.
Yeah. Right.
Like, y'all could let me have been the CEO of Gucci. Y'all niggas would have been. Y'all would have had to have picket signs outside the door.
Real quick too, when I mentioned
those are the views of Spike Lee.
Right. When I mentioned, I just thought about this with Tekashi too. Before we get out of here, the update on him, real quick. Allegedly, according to transcripts that have been released to the public, he'll be able to work with the feds in turn for the cooperation. He is set to not do any jail time.
I don't believe that.
Now, let's say though it doesn't, but they say he's also supposed to be in protective custody as well. With all of this, you don't believe that at all?
That he not going to do any time?
That's what the transcript basically read though. Unless
how are they getting all these transcripts?
I thought that shit was public record though. Anyway, though, ain't it?
I don't know. Not if you're an informant, it shouldn't be so
I ain't
easy.
thinking a federal case. In a federal case, I didn't think it was.
Yeah,
I ain't know.
If I'm snitching, I hope I don't have shit public like what the fuck.
No, he ain't got a shot in hell at ever releasing music again. In my opinion, like everything that he built this shit up on, I don't care. I don't care about them fucking his baby mama. I don't care.
They were plotting to kill him and shit.
I don't care. Like he put himself in this position. You thought this shit was sweet. It wasn't. You figured out what happened. Now you here saying, go live your life in protective custody. That's what's got to happen to you.
Absolutely protective.
Protective
custody.
That's wild.
Ruled out.
On Deck of the Week.
Girls.
We're going to IG.
Yes.
Shout out to Dad_3. He said, always fire. And then he commented, very dope and genuine dynamic. Only podcast I see beating this is Joe Budden, so they're in good company. We appreciate you, Dad_3. Good looking. Thank you very much. Did you have something as well?
I wanted to shout out Yasim Olajuwon Butler. That's a hell of a middle name.
Wow.
Olajuwon's a hell of a middle name.
Dream shake, baby.
That's his middle name.
They say Yasim Olajuwon Butler.
Wow.
He posted up 2 jokes that were funny as hell, I thought. One was, you swore in your life you was going to kill that beat. Your song is trash. He got the Grim Reaper dude right there saying, come with me. That was funny.
That was funny as fuck.
And he posted up something else funny that I seen. It had the stages of Malone. But you'd have to see that the pre-Malone, post-Malone, water Malone, and home Malone.
That was
funny.
Go to a Facebook rap chat.
Shout out to Olajuwon. Go to the rap chat on Facebook. You can join in the conversation, start the conversation, be a part of the conversation with the OndeckTV podcast.
Absolutely. We got new music in Mxtra. What we looking at this week?
Man, I know it's just what you guys been waiting on this week, man. Got some of your favorite
stuff?
artists coming out.
New Dreamville stuff?
No, not Dreamville. We got the boy Offset coming out this week.
I'm fucking with that.
Allegedly.
Hold on. What's the name of the album? They ain't even said the
It's
name.
just to be announced. They still haven't. And,
That might not.
their
come
Red
out.
Rum record is different.
Room.
It's Red Room or
Yeah.
Red Rum? Red Room, I'm sorry.
What is the Red Room?
He was in a red room in the video.
Yeah, just a room. You know,
The video was kind of dope.
painted, blood, darkness.
okay,
you know.
gotcha. I thought they had
And we also have
True Detective shit.
one thing that I'm looking forward to, that Drip or Drown 2 from my boy Gunna coming out this Friday. Yeah, we got that coming out. Little Pump.
Not with that cover.
Yeah, shout out to Gunna, man. Lil Pump also coming
Shout out
out with
to
Harvard
Styles.
Dropout.
Yeah, I'm good on Lil Pump. Lil Pump wave done kind of fell
Is this his
off.
first album?
No.
I don't know.
The Gucci Gang, the shit that had
He
Gucci
dropped
Gang
an
on
album
it.
after
That was the whole album?
Okay.
Yeah, tough.
So I guess the second. And I have a surprise for all my Atlanta fans coming up.
Brand new killer.
Zaytoven and Gorilla Zoe coming out.
wow.
I am Atlanta forever.
Gorilla Zoe.
Have y'all seen Gorilla Zoe
Zaytoven.
lately though?
I haven't seen him.
He been on this Flow Rider shit with like the pedal pusher pants and shit. He on some other
Pedal
shit.
pusher pants.
Absolutely.
And one more release is
He a hood nigga though.
Smith and Wesson coming out with The All. So
Smith and Wesson.
yeah, Wesson.
What year is this?
Yep, they're coming out. Everybody's a lot of some things dropping,
What
man.
year is this?
I'm definitely looking forward to that Gunna
Hey,
and the Offset.
Did y'all listen to that Slim Thug and Big Boss Baller?
Oh man,
Did y'all listen to that?
You know, I was in Houston this weekend,
yeah, that's why
so
I
they were
wanted-
playing
did,
that.
Did you,
yeah.
do he not sound like Jeezy?
He does sound like
Just like him,
And I
dude.
was
This shit
like,
is crazy.
But you know, Slim Thug has a new album as well.
Yeah, the
I
Sugar
didn't know
Daddy
that.
Slim.
Yeah, that came out. Sugar Daddy Slim,
oh, I didn't know that.
and he has it's different. They were playing that a lot this weekend.
He got a couple joints on there though.
Yeah, he got
Different, like Mink Slide, different.
Not that different. No.
Okay.
Not that different. But it's
Shout
in
out
that same
Shout out my
vein.
Mink Slide listeners. Out.
Yeah.
What you got on deck for the weekend? That's the question.
What is this weekend?
The 22nd.
Chilling, man. We were supposed to go to the game or something. Shout out to FSP guys supposed to come down here.
Yeah, we putting them on blast. Shout out Jeff. Shout out Jay. They supposed to be down in the A this
Maybe
weekend.
we can
better
do a
be down
mashup. Maybe we'll see Jeff.
Maybe Jeff will appear across state lines.
Jeff does homework out of state and a whole lot of different shit that he got going on. So we don't know.
But yeah, we definitely trying. I'm trying to hit the. Well, I'm hitting the game whether these niggas come down here or
You
not.
got flow tickets to see Blake Griffin, don't you?
My Pistons are in town.
That's the
Goddamn it!
ugliest beard in life.
I can't
believe a
wait.
nigga walking around with a red beard.
That's an MVP red
Pirate. He
beard.
a pirate name.
That's a playoff beard.
Pirate Blake.
My
Said the ugliest
Pistons.
beard of life. Like
In life, a red beard, bro. You
Look at
gotta
the mirror
die
for the
that.
ugliest beard in life.
You gotta die that. What'd you say?
First off,
What'd you
look
say?
in that mirror. Look at the man in the mirror.
said
If
you
you
got
want the
some-
ugliest beard in
he
life.
said, you got some nerve.
I can cut my beard. You gotta keep your face. Man. That's unfortunate.
Mxtra, you pull up to the game with us or not? What you gonna
Yeah,
do?
we're gonna roll out to the game. That's all I got up this weekend for.
We ain't
real.
gonna get us flow seats, Mr. ATL.
Yeah, we're gonna
go.
make something cook out.
We're gonna make some cookout.
Also, I'm going to a oyster festival
Man.
on Sunday. Yeah,
Don't nobody eat seafood no more.
Oyster Festival.
who doesn't eat? People don't eat seafood.
Nah, it's done.
No, you don't eat seafood. What's up with this man?
Done. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
Seaweed crackers and shit. What you got up for
What
this
you- what
weekend?
you got?
Is there a new Marvel movie coming out?
No, I'm saying no.
go to the
First of all, Captain Marvel is in 2 weeks though, and I'll be there. I already got my ticket pre-ordered.
You camped out.
Gonna be the night before.
Let's be clear about that.
You got an address in front of the movies with your tent and everything. Now your mail coming there and everything.
Other than that though, no, I'm just at the game. I'm chilling.
That should be fun.
That's gonna be dope.
We take you out to Magic City afterwards. Y'all want to do that?
I'm washed. I don't do magic shit no more. They ain't got
Cheetah?
nothing for me.
Tapped out.
Cheetah.
No, I don't know what that is.
Man, I'm trying to get these boys out. Y'all.
Until then, man, fuck with us next week. As always, go to iTunes, like, rate, and subscribe. Leave a nice comment for us. We'd appreciate it.
Yep, and go to YouTube. Join, subscribe to YouTube so you can get those alerts when we drop the new videos on Fridays. Comment, let us know how funny Chris looks and everything else.
New YouTube.com/OndeckTV podcast. We out.